Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is my second video for the channel, and today I'm actually in my 2013 Volkswagen Tiguan. And the reason I want to make a video about this car is, instead of my GTI, is because there's actually a problem with this car right now that I wanted to fix. Not that there's no problem with my GTI. Believe me, there are problems with my GTI, and we'll talk about it in the future. But today's about the Tiguan, so that's what we're going to be talking about. And specifically, it's about turbo wastegate rattling noise. I bought this car in 2016. It was a 2013 car. I bought it used with 22k miles on it, which isn't bad. It's relatively low miles for a 3-year car. I did a pre-purchase inspection, didn't seem to give me anything. Seems like the car was good, and it was a good deal as well. I did remember at the time when I purchased this vehicle, when I went out for a test drive, I did notice that there is a very, very, very subtle rattling noise. I didn't think it was a big deal since pre-purchase inspection says it was fine, and I thought it was just probably a bolt loose or some washer that is bouncing around inside the engine. So I didn't really care about it, to be honest with you. Fast forward to now, I did notice that the rattling noise got a little bit louder. It's definitely a lot more noticeable, I would say. And the other day I was watching YouTube and I stumbled upon this video that was talking about wastegate rattling noises for VWs. I don't think it was a Tiguan, I think it was a GTI for that video. And the noise that it made in that video was identical to the noise that I'm hearing in my car. So it got me alarmed and worried. So I dig a little bit deeper, and as it turns out, it's actually true. My turbo does have a rattling noise from the wastegate arm. So the rattling noise actually comes on more often after a acceleration and you let go of the throttle, and the RPM drops between maybe 2,000 to 3,000 RPM. You'll hear the rattling noise more often during that RPM range. Alright, so we're back in the garage right now, and I will be collecting some clips, trying to collect the rattling noise. I'm not really sure how this microphone is able to collect that, but we will give it a shot and see how it goes. I'm gonna try and get it from different angles so that you can kind of have a different, I guess, point of view and perspective of what the sound is like from different places. So, alright, here we go. I hope you guys are able to catch that with whatever headphones or speaker you're using. And after doing a little bit more research, I found out that Volkswagen actually has a part called wastegate actuator rod rattle clip. The part number is 06J145220A. So I'll put the part number down in the description below. You guys can check that out. So basically what this does is, for the wastegate itself, there's a wastegate that's connected to the actual turbo, and then there's an arm that is connected to the wastegate, and that arm will control the wastegate to go open or close. And there's a joint right there. So what this clip does, it clips right onto the joint, and basically reduce the rattling noise. Now, unfortunately, I've still seen people on the forums, people still have problems even after they put this clip on it. The rattling is reduced, but down the road they still get a turbo failure. And by turbo failure, and what I mean is that the wastegate is not able to close perfectly, so it has boost leak. And a lot of people, I think, ended up replacing the whole turbo. So this is going to be my first time on video trying to repair ish, I guess, my vehicle myself. Before we get into any action, I'm gonna jack the car up, and just the front of the car, and what I'll do is I'll probably let it sit for maybe a good half a day, because I do not want to get near the turbo at all when the engine is hot. So that's what I'm going to be doing now. Alright guys, so the car has cooled down now, and I'll be talking about the tools that you're going to be needing. You're going to need a T25 and a T45 and a 16mm wrench. So once you get underneath the car, the T25 and the T45s are for removing the belly pan around it, and the 16mm wrench is for removing the axle shield. We'll get underneath the car and see what's under there. Alright, so this is the belly pan underneath the car. This is the thing that you're going to be removing. You can see that this one is a T25. However, this one's missing. What else? Oh, that one is also missing. This one is also missing. This one, for whatever reason, is not a T25. And yeah, that one is also missing. So yeah, do your research, but just be aware that your car might not be the exact same thing. Alright, so this is the belly pan that I just removed. Just kind of wanted to show you guys what it looks like when you remove it. So these holes on the outer edge here are the T25s, and the two T45s are the ones here at the back. There's one there, there's another one there. Once you take all the bolts out, usually, at least from my experience, this thing kind of just slide out, and just kind of also have to be aware of that so you don't land this thing right on top of your face. So as you can see, I believe this is the axle, and this is the axle shield that we're going to be removing. These are the two 16mm bolts that we're going to loosen up. And here we go. Oh, wrong side. It looks like this thing is gonna fall on me, so I'm just gonna hold it just in case. So that's one out and two. Alright, keep the bolt safe, secure, and roll this thing out. And there you go. So once you remove the axle shield, we'll be able to see that the wastegate is right there. That's the wastegate. And then this is the wastegate arm that is controlling the wastegate open and close. So if we can see that there is some movement, and it's actually making some noises right now as I move it. The actual wastegate itself also kind of moves, but not as bad as this thing right here. So we're gonna put the clip on and see how it works. I believe the clip goes in this way, I believe. So let's see. Well, that's not good. So as you can see, the clip right now is installed. It wasn't a very easy install, I would say, mainly because the tension of the clip is very high, so you really have to get it in a very perfect angle in order to slot that into the right position. So that's kind of why I couldn't really film it with me installing, because I kind of have to use both of my hands to get in there and try and position it to the right position. But there you go, that's the clip right there, and it's kind of how it's supposed to look after installation. Alright, so I finished the install and put everything back together, so let's fire that up and see how it is. Alright guys, so I'm not really sure if the microphone is able to catch it, but from my hearing, it seems like the rattling noise is still there. So I'm not really sure if it's just in my head or not. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you guys can tell that rattling noise in the background. It's definitely a lot more subtle. It's definitely not as obnoxious as before. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go out for a drive and see if it's better, because previously I can actually hear the rattling noise when I'm driving, when I'm doing some hard accelerations around maybe 3,000 RPM. As the RPM goes up, and once it reaches around maybe like 2,800 to 3,000 RPM, I can hear the rattling noise in my car. I'm gonna try that again, give it a drive maybe on a highway, and we'll see. However, when I'm off the throttle, that gives a much wider range of rattling noise. You can hear it from like between maybe 2,000 to 3,000 RPM. And that's just my Tiguan. I don't know about any other cars. I didn't experience this with my GTI. From my understanding, I think they have the same engine, but why is this happening on my Tiguan and not my GTI? I don't know. But we're gonna go for a drive and we'll see how it is. We are about to head on a highway right now. We're on the ramp. If this car could go a little faster, I would appreciate that. Here we go. Okay. I don't think I noticed it. We're at 3,500 right now. Upshifted. Yeah, seems like it is definitely better. I don't think I noticed it. Yeah, all I can hear now is wind noise. Let's drop a few gears and see. Fourth gear, 3,000 RPM right now. Yeah, I don't think I can hear it. So it's definitely better. Now, earlier when I said that I was still able to hear it in the garage when I was just stationary and revving the engine, the problem, I guess, here's just pure my guess and theory here. I'm not 100% sure what actually is happening, but my guess is that the actuator that is connected to the wastegate itself, we've put a clip on it, and that helped the rattling situation. However, I guess for my turbo specifically, for my car specifically, the wastegate itself may have been rattling a little bit as well. So my guess is that is what I was hearing earlier. Even with the clip installed, maybe the wastegate itself is still rattling a little bit. All right, let's hop on the highway again and see how it is. Yeah, I don't think I hear it. That's great. That's awesome. So it's definitely better. Definitely better. Now, would I recommend this to people who have this problem? Yes, I would say yes. It probably didn't fix the whole issue, but it definitely made it a little bit better. I mean, if I've done this 4 years ago, 30,000 miles ago, maybe it's even better. Maybe I won't even hear the rattling noise at all. So as soon as you hear some weird rattling noise, definitely have it checked or diagnosed. Try and see if you can diagnose it yourself. Go underneath the car. When the car is cooled, you put your hands on the turbo wastegate, see if there's any major movement, because that is what I experienced. And if I'm able to catch this sooner, did a little bit more research on my end, I could probably save it even more, I guess. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like, leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. If you own a Tiguan, if you have a similar issue, let me know as well, and let me know how you fix it. If you're able to reduce or remove the rattling noise completely, let me know as well, and let me know how you did it, because that's what this channel is all about. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I think it was a big success for a first timer trying to fix my own vehicle. I think it's great. It's a good experience. So subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll see you guys next time. Let's give it another go. Oh yeah, baby, Tiguan still got it.